And it's time to kick off the Sunoco K&N Pro Series here in Phoenix. The first event ever, the O'Reilly Auto Parts 100. And on the pole today, qualifying at 131.339 miles an hour, is the number 40 Dirt Devil Kendall Motor Oil Pontiac of Adam Fiegel. And on the outside will be the number 33 Oldsmobile, driven by Hunter Carlson. In row number 2 will be Cole Bradley, the Budweiser number 97 Ford. And on the outside will be Matthew Rodriguez in the number 95 Texaco Lumina. Row number 3 will be Chris Ginner in the number 98 Buick. And on the outside will be Jacob Rodriguez in the number 48 Pontiac. Row number 4 will be Domingo Micaguate, aka Racer DSM, in the number 32 Lumina. And on the outside, will be Josh Johnson in the Pontiac number 45. Row number 4 will be Charles Jackson, the number 8 Olds, and Hiroshi Takahashi in the number 75 Valvoline Pontiac. Row number 6 will be Jackie Qualls in the 42 and Russ Batson in the 55. Joey Dawson and Jeff Ehlers will make row number 7. Jayla Stamper and Theo Stiegel will make row number 8. Jeffrey Stamper and Casey Perry will make row 9. Derek Walker and Ayumi Takahashi will make row number 9. Amanda Alderman Scott and Jack Rasmussen will make row 10. Matt Richards and Jake Johnson row 11. Ryan Sheely, Steve Gall, row 13, I guess. Matt Wells, Abby Alderman Ginter, row 14, and Joel Qualls and Luca Moore will tail the field. It'll be 15 laps around this 1 mile Phoenix, the first ever K&N Pro Series race. 30 entries. Got a few that ran in Sunoco Busch last year or Sunoco Cup, and there are a bunch of newcomers taking part in the first race of the season. Green Flag starts it off early on, goes to the number 40 of Adam Fiegel, or actually goes to the number 97. Oh, banging the wall a little bit there with the number 33 of Hunter Carlson. As it gets really congested down there, the number 97 of Cole Bradley gets the number 1 spot, and he'll actually lead the lap, or will he actually? Here comes, oh, they're still banging around there. The new leader right now is the number 98 of Chris Ginner, but Micaguate, Domingo Micaguate, aka Racer DSM, will go second. But we got yellow early on and a lot of stuff going on. As we can tell, it's tight racing here, including Casey Perry, a bunch of others. What was the culprit? We'll see how it actually came about. It probably was spearheaded. Yes, it had to do with Hunter Carlson. If we saw Hunter hit the wall there in the number 33 Olds, actually it was Jacob Rodriguez hitting the wall. Hunter Carlson, wrong place, the wrong time, got spun by the number 45 of Josh Johnson. And then you saw the Stampers. Jayla and Jeffrey both go to the inside. You see squeezing by with Theo Stiegel. You also saw the number 1 of Casey Perry. And you also saw the number 6 of Matt Richards. He was also spun. And Derek Walker just getting by. Also, you see the number 68 of Jack Rasmussen, who also was involved there. Jack Rasmussen was spun with help from the number 5 of Matt Wells. There's Joel Qualls in the number 25 Olds. And that's where it actually all came about. As we saw, I do believe the race back to the line. Let's see who won the race back to the line before we go into real time. Ginter still leading over Domingo Micaguate and Matthew Rodriguez. So, yep, it'll be Chris Ginter leading the race back to the line. Domingo Micaguate will be second. Matthew Rodriguez is third. And then Cole Bradley is in 4th. Our pole sitter, Adam Fiegel, rounding out the top 5. Then it'll be Charles Jackson in 6th, followed by Joey Dawson in 7th. Jackie Qualls is 8th. And then it is Jayla Stamper and Jacob Rodriguez, your top 10. Then it'll be Jeffrey Stamper, Hiroshi Takashi in 12th, Russ Batson 13th, Theo Stiegel 14th, followed by the number 12 of Jeff Ehlers, the 45, of Josh Johnson. Then it'll be the 08 of Amanda Alderson Scott, the 05 of Ryan Shealy, the 5 of Matt Wells, and rounding out the top 20, Hunter Carlson, and then following them from 21 down to 30th is led by the 1 of Casey Perry, the 41 of Derek Walker, Matt Richards, the 56 of Luca Moore, followed by the 25 of Joel Qualls, and of course the 68 of Jack Rasmussen, the 28 of Ayumi Takahashi, and then the 10 of Jake Johnson. I'm trying to get used to the new names, that's why I'm taking pauses, trying to look it over. Steve Goff, and rounding out the field will be Abby Alderson-Ginter. Tail ending the field. We're only at lap number 6 to 15. We're at the halfway point roughly. So back to racing at lap number 7 of 15 for Chris Ginter. Domingo Miguaguate and Matthew Rodriguez, your top 3. A couple veteran racers. Domingo, a very renowned racer, known as Racer DSM, and Matthew Rodriguez, part of the famed Rodriguez Brothers Racing. Caution lights are off. Pace car will pull in. We're going to get back to green flag racing, lap number 7 of 15, halfway point roughly. And Chris Ginter will lead the way down in number 98 Buick. Domingo Miguaguate, Matthew Rodriguez. Little battling going on there as you see the number 8 of Charles Jackson trying to go to the inside of our pole sitter Adam Fiegel, but now Matthew Rodriguez goes to the inside of Domingo Miguaguate with the help of the number 97 of Cole Bradley, the Budweiser Ford, number 97 that was driven by Tommy Ellis back in 1991. This is a wall bangers track too, by the way. Matthew Rodriguez will take the number 2 spot. Domingo tapped the wall there, who actually falls back a bunch of spots. Back here you see Jackie Qualls right behind our pole sitter Adam Fiegel trying to make a move to the inside now. Nope, not going to be. And it's still Chris Ginter leading. Domingo starting to drop back a lot as now you see the number 27 Pontiac of Joey Dawson making the way up. Part of the famed Dawson family. Domingo is still banging that wall. That is not pretty. Jackie Qualls going to try to take advantage of it. She's already passed the number 72 of Jayla Stamper. And then they go 3 wide and we're yellow yet again. And you can see why. It was the number 08 of Amanda Alderson Scott. So the race back to the line is going to be led by Chris Ginter. And I do believe, I don't know what that means as far as we'll have another lap or so. Also you see the number 39 of Abby Alderman-Ginter. So not a very good showing, and they're still banging up down there. We saw Domingo Miguaguate spin at the stripe. And we'll get back, let's look at that, and then we'll look at the wreck as we just saw. We were paying attention on what we saw. And Domingo Miguaguate, Racer DSM, getting spun by the number 75 of Hiroshi Takashi. Yep, got right into Takashi, and they both go off into the inside. And Domingo hard into the wall. Hiroshi, the same thing. And not a very good showing for Domingo Miguaguate here in his first appearance here in the Sunoco Racing Series, in the Sunoco K&N Pro West Series. So a tough break for them. But let's go back to the Ginter, the Abby Alderman Ginter. The Alderman getting involved there. We saw Abby, and we saw, as well as the number 08 of Amanda Alderman Scott. And there's the number 5 again of Matt Wells. You see the number 55 of Russ Batson. That's what happened. It was a big bunch up right there with the number 22 of Theo Stiegel, the 45 of Josh Johnson, and it was in the wrong place, the wrong time. And you saw Russ Batson, the wrong place, the wrong time. You see catching the number 08 of Alderman Scott, Amanda Alderman Scott, and you saw that's where he caught the number 5 of Matt Wells. See Jacob Rodriguez just getting by. We obviously triggered the yellow there. And then Alderman spinning, gets tagged by the 05 of Ryan Sheely, and there's where the number 39 of Abby Alderman Ginter, Pedigree Lumina, got into it. And you also see Matt Richards in the 6, not a very good showing. You also see the number 1 of Casey Perry, the 47 of Steve Goff. Not a very good day. Tough break for Abby Alderman Ginter and Amanda Alderman Scott. Tough break there, but so back where we stand, Chris Ginter still leads. Matthew Rodriguez is second. Then it'll be followed by Charles Jackson, Cole Bradley, and Joey Dawson, your top 5. Then Jackie Qualls, Adam Fiegel, then the Stampers again, J-Law and Jeffrey. And rounding out the top 10 will be Hiroshi Takashi. And then in 11th on down will be started by the 12 of Jeff Ehlers, the 22 of Theo Stiegel, the 48 of Jacob Rodriguez, the 45 of the aforementioned Josh Johnson, followed by Hunter Carlson, Joel Qualls, the 55 of Russ Batson. We're going to be back to green flag racing. It'll be a green-white checkers. It'll be 2 laps. It'll be a green flag, 1 lap, white. It'll be 2 laps to go, so it'll be a green, then a white, then a checkered, back to back to back. So, and we're going back to where we stand. The 18th spot currently is being held by Jake Johnson. The 19th spot is the 56 of Luca Moore. And rounding out the top 20 will be Derek Walker in the 41. And following them will be the 28 of Ayumi Takashi, the 5 of Matt Wells, the 68 of Jack Rasmussen, the 47 of Steve Goff, the 1 of Casey Perry, the 05 of Ryan Sheely, and the 6 of Matt Richards. And the 3 DNFs are Domindu Migaguate, the 39 of Abby Alderson Ginter, and the 08 of Amanda Alderman Scott. So those are that's where you stand so far. It will be green, white, checkered. Pace car pulls off. Chris Ginter, can he lead these last 3 laps and hold off Jacob Rodriguez? Can he hold these last 2 laps over Jacob Rodriguez? Charles Jackson, Cole Bradley. Green flag, good jump by Chris Ginter. May need that. Let's see if he can hold his own. Jacob Rodriguez doesn't want that to be the case. As long as we don't have any yellows, we're good. And it's still Chris Ginter. Going into turns number 3 and 4. Coming down into the straightaway. Coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Chris Ginter, who has actually extended his lead a little bit over Matthew Rodriguez. And I do believe are we going to finish? We're actually going to finish this race no matter what. The crashing happened in the back, so it'll be a checkered flag run. Who's going to win it? The checkered flag getting set to fly, and it's going to go to the number 98 Buick of Chris Ginter, the first ever Sunoco K&N Pro Series West winner. Matthew Rodriguez will be second. I think Jackie Qualls will be third, and then 4th will be Charles Jackson. And rounding at the top 5 will be the number 27 of Joey Dawson. Then it'll followed by the Stampers, Jayla, Jeffrey. Then the 12 of Jeff Ehlers. We'll be back and looking at the yellow momentarily. We'll go back to what we saw at the wreck. And then followed by the 48 of Jacob Rodriguez. And running at the top 10 will be the number 22 of Theo Stiegel. Then it'll be the 40 of Adam Fiegel, the Hiroshi Takashi, Joe Qualls, Jake Johnson, Derek Walker, Hunter Carlson, Josh Johnson, followed by the 55 of Russ Batson, Matt Wells, Ayumi Takashi, and then it'll be followed by the 47 of Steve Goth. So that's where we stand. Steve Goth. We'll also see Matt Richards there and the rest of the field. But let's go back to the yellow real quick. Let's see what happened. I do believe it had to do with Luca Moore. I think it looks like we saw something with her. We caught the tail end of it when we were paying attention to everything else. Yes, this is where it all came about. We'll obviously go over the final results. Congratulations to our winner, of course, the number 98 of Chris Ginter. But let's see where it actually came about. Actually, right here, it was right at the stripe. It was the number 97 of Cole Bradley getting in with Adam Fiegel. And that's where it all came about. Fiegel going into Bradley, shoving him right into the wall, hard into the wall. Bradley comes back up the track and just brushes past the 10 of Jake Johnson. And that's where it hit. She hits the number 56 of Luca Moore, sending him into the wall. So that was obviously our trigger mechanism of things, and we paid attention and we saw what had happened. So tough break for all of them. So looking over for 21 down, it was of course the 47 Steve Goth, the 6 of Matt Richards, Casey Perry, 05 of Ryan Sheely. Then of course Cole Bradley, the 68 of Jack Rasmussen, and not a very good showing, nor with of course Luca Moore and of course our DNFs, Domindu Mikaguate, and the Aldermans, Abby Alderman Ginter and Amanda Alderman Scott. But our winner of our first ever Sunoco K&N Pro Series event will go to Chris Ginter. Takes the victory. Kick off the season. Look at the point standings. Obviously, it's no secret Chris Ginter had a good helping on things. We'll have to lead on the points. Matthew Rodriguez second. Jackie Qualls, Charles Jackson, John Dawson, your top 5. Not John Dawson, Joey Dawson, your top 5. Then is Jayla Stamper, Jeffrey Stamper, Jeff Ehlers, Jacob Rodriguez, and Theo Stiegel, your top 10. Adam Fiegel, Hiroshi Takashi, Joel Qualls, Jake Johnson, Derek Walker, Hunter Carlson, Josh Johnson, Russ Batson, Matt Wells, and Ayumi Takashi, your top 20. Then Steve Goth, Matt Richards, Casey Perry, Ryan Sheely, Cole Bradley, Jack Rasmussen, Luca Moore, Domindu Mikaguate, and Abby Alderman Ginter and Amanda Alderman Scott will round out the field. So that'll be the first of 20 events. Their next event's going to be at Las Vegas. It'll be in a couple of events. But we got Sunoco Busch and Sunoco Cup at Daytona. The next up on the West Series will be the Matco Tools 150 at Las Vegas. That'll be coming up with them. But we got Cup racing at Daytona, and then we'll actually debut the K&N Pro East right after that event. So stick around.